Hi there, shooters. Welcome to For the Fowlers. This is Peter Lenz filling in for Brandon Ab. It's nice and chilly in this trailer today, but we're out here at Delavan and looking to get cooking tomorrow and hunting. So I'll give it over to Brandon.
What's up, guys? Welcome to For the Fowlers. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Caden.
And that was Pete. Peter Lenz.
How we doing, everybody?
Welcome back, Pete.
Thanks. Good to be back. Glad to be here.
Yeah, if you guys remember, Caden and I did an episode with Pete right before Christmas. It was fun having Pete on. And
the old naughty and nice episode.
Yeah. But no, it was fun having Pete on. And I know, at least on my end, it sounded like we had a little audio issues or whatnot. But the three on that episode, but the three of us are together. We're calling this episode 3 Men, 1 Trailer. We're up at Delavan. We got a nice resi courtesy of Caden for tomorrow. So who knows what that's going to be like. Feels like it's like March out there right now. I mean, it's a little chilly tonight, but I'll tell you what, man. I was down in Sacramento today. It was almost 70 degrees, and it was sunny.
68 at my house.
Yeah.
69 at mine.
But, no, we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm looking forward to it. You good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Always good, Delvin.
All right. Well, don't
You can't edit that out. That's perfect.
All right. Make sure you hold that mic up too, big fella.
But,
But
it's kind of fun watching him. He's just like,
I know. No, but honestly, looking forward to tomorrow. Should be fun. You know, I know we got that. We got another resi coming up this weekend. Caden and I.
yep.
Pete, you're gonna maybe hit the private club again this weekend.
Yeah, I think this weekend, maybe before the last weekend, before close, if I'm lucky. But yeah.
You've had a bunch of invites this year to the down in the grasslands.
Usually my buddy says if you bring whiskey, he'll let me on a few days in the month of January. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it should be cool. And I don't know what the kind of rest of the season. I mean, we're getting to the last final couple weeks.
It's been a grind, that's for sure. For January, at least.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what the rest of the season looks like. You're gonna maybe.
I'm excited.
Hit the rice once or twice.
I don't know. We're starting to pull almost all our decoys and go with a small spread. I know Chuck's got some tricks up his sleeve, but I've got these next few refuge hunts and I think one more private hunt like locked in, and after that I'll maybe do, if the weather lines up, I'll hit the rice. We'll see.
Yeah, I went to your guys' blind last week, your southern property.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we were out there, and with all the rain and whatnot, I know that the water level was higher than you guys probably like, but probably the best I've seen that blind pond look in the last few seasons. So it was actually pretty cool to check out.
Yeah, both our blinds, they look amazing. I mean, we've had a couple good days here and there, but there's just been a lot of water this year, and it seems like the birds have kind of spread out for us.
Yeah. So what else you got? You got any other hunts coming up, big fella? Or
No, maybe finish the season at my buddy's club there, and then maybe get out there for the bonus goose season. But yeah, haven't done that about 3 or 4 years. So yeah.
Yeah, Pete, back in the day when we had our blind down the street from here, and I got used to knock snows down left and right. He's got a handful of bands from late snow season too. So
first 2 birds ever shot were banded
Really?
snows. Yep, pretty wild.
Pretty
You
lucky.
shot both of them?
No,
One in each?
one of each. Another one of our buddies.
Oh,
Was it
okay.
either Garza or somebody else got the other one? And then I think maybe the next day.
yeah, but isn't that how it goes?
I wouldn't know. Well, I guess I got one.
I got the jeweler in the car. Yeah, we could give it a jingle if you'd like.
Oh, the jewelry.
Yes.
But no, it's funny. So I was just kind of thinking, like, how'd the three of us start hunting together? And I know, Pete, we talked about it in the episode before Christmas. I know you don't get out as much. You know, Caden and I, we hunt quite a bit together. But a little backstory, Pete and I'd like to say we grew up together, but I met Pete either the summer before 7th grade or 7th grade, something like that. So we're coming up on.
We should get a picture, the youngest picture of you two together, and put that on the Instagram.
It's somewhere out there. Yeah,
Your mom probably has it floating around somewhere.
I actually pulled him out of a dumpster that year before 7th grade, and yeah, the rest is history. But yeah, walked him home after that, and
so coming
straighten them out.
Yeah, coming up on like 30 years. So, and obviously Pete and I, we started hunting together when I got started. And then, okay, and we were kind of talking about it before the episode. We were like, hey, how did you kind of fit in with this group? And I think you were saying you had a resi or something. And
yeah, I think I quickly learned that a resi gets you on the refuge, and people want to hunt resis. They're hard to come by. So
yeah.
I hunted with our buddy Ryan a couple times on his blind with some, I think, what is it, his brother-in-law or whatever.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah, coworker, brother-in-law. And never shot a bird, but kind of got the idea of it. And I know I threw in some resis, and I think it was with you and Chuck was the first shot. And then we went down. We had that Kesterson hunt.
Yeah.
I think that's, not to interrupt, I think that's kind of how the morale kind of grew. We all kind of just started throwing into trying to get blinds and picks.
And something with the German. I wonder, we hunted with him. I've only hunted with him one time. It was right after he went with his pops.
Yeah, I did once, but
yeah, I think that was my only time too.
Yeah.
That broke off.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. We obviously get together, for a ton of different reasons, but, waterfowl season, we obviously all love waterfowl hunting. And I'm just kind of curious, in this episode, just kind of be us just, round robin, just kind of
save it for the trailer.
Yeah, BSing a little bit, as we got to get up here in a few hours. But I'm curious, like, what do you guys absolutely love about waterfowl hunting? And it doesn't have to necessarily be the hunt. It could be anything kind of around it, associated with it, whatever, and I don't know. I mean, Pete, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll try first. I mean, more just from a sports background, but just like kind of the camaraderie, being out there, whether it's one hunter, two hunters, 4 hunters, however many you're hunting with, and just kind of one team, one dream, shooting birds.
That's right.
Team thing,
Hey. What was his saying a couple weeks ago?
Good for another limit.
I'm good for another limit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if I'm out there, let's shoot them. I whatever it is. If it flies, it dies, and I love the dog, out there as well too, and just.
Do you think Molly would do good?
No, my English Bulldog Molly would not be. She'd love the environment.
The trailer. She'd like the trailer.
Love the trailer. But yeah, so I don't know.
And just a quick disclaimer, For the Fowlers does not condone any thing that's said or any potential game or violations that Pete may be.
We're above board.
Yeah. But we don't condone the if it flies, it dies. But no, we know what you mean.
Legal birds, yes, of course.
I mean, I've always just wanted to just hop in a boat and do 40 across the river and shoot swans.
Easy. We'll talk about that shortly, because that's definitely if it flies, it dies. And man, thank God nothing worse happened on that excursion with those yahoos. But what about you, Caton?
I don't know. So I had an interesting hunt this weekend. It was a good hunt, but I've realized it's the morning. I love the morning aspect, or just getting out there for a couple, 2, 3, 4 hours and giving it your best shot. Usually it's the morning. I've had a couple good afternoon hunts over the past couple of years. Well, mainly this season, actually. It's been the best afternoons I've had. But, I used to think it was just always being out there in the conversation, and I do enjoy that. But I think it's fun going out and giving it your best shot, setting up a spread while the birds are active and seeing if you can get them to essentially hover. I was talking about it with my cousin on the way here on the phone. And one of our family members, another blind we have access to, I mean, it shoots lights out, but it's a lot of pass shooting.
Yeah.
And where we normally hunt, it's not pass shooting. You're getting, I've said this, I think, on the podcast, but you're getting birds just right in front of you. And I'm not a great shot. I think I'm a better hunter than I am shot.
That makes sense.
I miss a lot. The tougher the shot, I've missed a lot of those, but a lot of the times when I'm hunting solo or with just you, it's like, being able to get that bird to kind of hover right over those decoys and slowly, I mean, shoot, my 5-year-old could hit the shot because it's, 15 yards out, the bird's barely moving. That I feel like that's when
Well, I think you said the tougher the shot, the more accurate you are. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I'm saying the other way.
I was going to say, yeah.
The other way. The tougher the shot, like when they're passing birds, obviously we all hit them. I'm a decent shot. I'm not saying I can't
But the ones that are right there in front of us, wings cupped.
Like I mean, those, I'm like, you feel like you're, I don't know.
Blanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just mean getting the birds to work right over the decoys and just watching them.
Yeah.
Do it right.
Yeah. I think for me, when it comes to waterfowl, and it's changed over the years, but I think if I just kind of look at this year by itself, I really kind of like the stuff we're doing right now. Obviously, the podcast has been cool, but like Pete said, the camaraderie, just hanging out with the guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a duck blind, but it could be before a hunt, during a hunt, after a hunt. We could be, at a restaurant. We could just be hanging out, BSing, even just hanging out here in the parking lot. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, the hunt itself, I obviously do enjoy that. I think I love doing all the work that goes into it, the research, the studying, the scouting, and then obviously when it pays off, and I love hunting with different guys, but when you're by yourself too, and it pays off, like that's so rewarding. So I would definitely, I know there was a few things that I put there, but that's just kind of what I got into. I know it's easy to be like, ooh, like I'm all camoed out and walking around with a shotgun and shooting, harvesting animals and birds and different things like that. But that's all secondary, for me personally. So, all right. How about on the flip side though? What is one or two things that you would change or could live without when it comes to waterfowl hunting?
Gaten, you start that one.
Live without. That's a tough one.
I mean, I'll go. I mean, and when I was thinking about this, and let's just say if you were to make a change, and there wouldn't be any like consequences or any like effects to it. And what I mean by that is like, especially being out here on the refuge, if like the early mornings, right? I don't mind it. Like I am super gung ho about like, it's funny. We talk about all the time where it's like, you got to wake up for, your alarm's going off at 6 a.m. to go to work. But when we're going out to hunt, it doesn't matter if we're leaving the house at 2:30 or 4:30 or whatever. Like I'm up before my alarm gets off. Like I'm ready to go, right? So it's not about like the energy and whatnot. Like I love that, but it's like it is freaking early, and we talk about
with
it.
Family.
Like, that's the thing. Like this year especially, and really like since you get in a relationship or you have a family and stuff like that. You back in the day, like when in the single days, I can go hunt. I can hunt all day as long as I want, or I can go home and just take a nap, call it a night, whatever. But now you go home after like, hunting all morning, and I can't go home with a newborn and be like, I'm going to go take a nap for a couple hours or pass out at 7:00 at night. Like it doesn't fly like that. So I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if you could, but when it comes to the birds though, right? Like we know that shoot light. They get up, they go feed, they're on their schedule.
I mean, I've always thought with like the resis, you get a resi. Everything's online now. There's no reason you can't pick your blind, select your blind the night before, whether it's online or I don't know. You can find a creative way to do it. And then that way you go out to your blind, before shoot light, you come in, check in and go out to your blind. And then that way the sweat line and refuge guys, they know what blinds are gone already. So
that's a good point. Like do the draw at night.
Yeah, I mean, you don't, maybe not even in person. I mean, I like the in-person aspect. We would definitely be, this is a kind of a radical change, but it would give the guys who don't have a resi, they know what's gone, what their plan is, how many guys are going to show up. I don't know, in a perfect world, obviously. For me, I thought if I were to change something for as far as refuge, this is before my time, but I would like to go back to either hand mailing them in or something like that. Yeah. I know it's a money grab, and I'm not bashing the state because it does work out in probably everyone's favor, but make it a little bit more difficult to, I don't know if it's blend of mailing them in or at least refining how the draws come out, because we've talked about it on the podcast before, but you see guys will post, I got number 1 at Dry Creek, number 3 at Sac, and number 4 at Delavan. What do I do? And I'm like, dude, I haven't had a top 5 at any of those refuges in my entire career or whatever you want to call it. And it would suck to get it would be great to get those draws, but it'd be cool to spread those out throughout a season.
And I don't know if this makes sense, but spitting it out literally as I'm thinking about it, it's like, what if you put in for all the different refuges, and when you get the drawing, you get the thing that says, hey, you won Delavan or you won Little Dry Creek, and you go there, and then that's when you do the drawing for blind position. You know what I mean?
Oh, so it's just a general draw
for the order. Yeah.
So you have to show up for that draw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Be
like
in
you
person.
don't.
So
so
you
let's
don't
say-
got draw, and then you can't just sit
So
back and
double
be like,
lottery.
I
Yeah.
got
so
three.
so you don't have the people that are like, oh, I got Dry Creek number 10 and Delavan number
I'm gonna
4.
burn it.
Yeah. It's like, no, you earned an opportunity. You earned a reservation.
You still got to show up.
Similar to like hunting the private club, just because you've accessed the morning, the one you go in the grasslands, you guys in the morning do a draw,
Correct.
and that finds out where you guys go.
You got to show up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's all in order, like everyone knows, and it's very cool. It's clean how they do it. But what do you think, Pete? And honestly, Pete, I'm asking like whether it's what you love about hunting and what you would change about hunting. I'm more asking like for you that gets out a couple times a year. What are your thoughts?
I don't know if I'd change anything, considering the amount of times I go. But I do like what Caton touched on with the draw thing. If it's electronic, I mean, I feel like
We're already halfway there.
yeah, if you got picked for a draw, you might as well hey pick your.
I hate to
spot.
say that because I mean,
That
I'm
way you
kind
know
of
a day or
not
two.
anti-technology.
Maybe
but
do 24 hours. All right, yeah. 24
There is a
people
grind.
got picked for the blinds, and then
there is a grind. We're out here in a trailer, but it's funny. Like we have a good draw. We know generally where we're going to go
Sure.
tomorrow. So we're going to get up at 4:00 to go walk, 100 yards over the check station just to come back and hang out for a little bit.
And that's what I was going to
but
say.
it gives the other guys opportunity. We're really doing it so the lottery guys have.
Correct.
And I'm like, well, screw it. If that's what we're doing this for, why not have? I don't want to even say it, but why not have some sort of like through their app? It's like, hey, 8:00 it opens up. You can check in. This is where you want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I don't know if that would work.
that's really kind of what I was talking about, like the early mornings. It's like we're gonna go check in.
It's just for
tomorrow,
my
and then
family.
we're-
I'm
like,
only
we're
saying
not in
this
a
for my
rush to
family. Like
run out.
pre-kids, sleeping in the back of the old Explorer, not a big deal. And we're
speak for yourself.
Yeah, I mean now we're in a trailer and it is what it is. But like my wife wants me home by 1:00 tomorrow, and that's fine. But I'm gonna be a little tired. Couple.
Yeah,
Red Bulls or Celsius on the way home to.
No, shout out to her for you being here too, because like we were talking about on the way up. I mean, you got 3 little ones right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. All right, Mama Steph.
Yeah.
She a listener or no, Caton?
Nope. No, she's
All right, never mind then,
she's
Steph.
handled. No, she's got 3 kids. I don't know how much time she's got on her hands to
I'll
listen
shoot
to
her
us
text
ramble.
after this weekend here and see if I can get her on the good side.
So I will say that she does, along with a lot of folks, follow For the Fowlers on Instagram.
Yep.
So appreciate that support. Kind of leading into social media. What are your thoughts on social media and duck hunting? And the reason why I put this in here is because I've been listening to a handful of different podcasts, and this week especially, I don't know what triggered it, but it's interesting. A lot of podcasts seem to be talking about the impacts that social media has had on duck hunting. In particular, we think about the pile pics and, the grip and grin photos and, all the different things of, it's easy to point the finger at the young kids, the next generation or 2 behind us, But what are your thoughts on social media? And I would say it's 2-part, because think about it from like a Facebook standpoint, but also like Instagram, and I think Facebook because of like the groups that we're in, it's good information sometimes. You can also just get absolutely annihilated on Facebook. But what are your thoughts?
Normally, so I've been watching. My boys like to watch YouTube monster trucks, duck hunting,
Sure.
whatever it is. And I just saw some younger kid. I actually don't even know his channel, but I've enjoyed it. I think he's out in the grasslands. He's basically got a GoPro strapped to his head, and he'll go out there and he'll film his buddies hunt, and then he'll try and clean up. And he seems like a pretty good hunter. I think there's a good place for it because I learned a lot from watching a podcast that we do listen to. Used to really listen to them back in the day, and watch their videos. I think they've cut back on their videos, but it gave me an idea. Close the gap. Like here's some guys out there who are actually able to. Wouldn't say it was about the pile to them. It was about shooting 7 ducks, and I'm not saying I'm about the pile, but if I can get 7, I'm all for shooting 7.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, here's some guys specifically on like calling. Obviously, the YouTube video is all the successes, so it looks like these guys go out there and
But
every time.
Sorry to cut you off, but you're talking YouTube, and YouTube doesn't seem to be getting dragged through the coals too much. I mean, obviously YouTube has its issues and whatnot, but like those videos are pretty good. I think it's more talking about like the folks that, give hunters a bad name, like because of the way they post on Instagram, or they there's a lot of talk about people taking the same 7 birds and taking like 7 different angles of the same picture.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Know,
one thing I've noticed, and it's kind of a weird way to put it, but when guys are, especially with the swans out right now and snows, those are always the bloodiest pics.
Yeah. And
it doesn't offend me by any means, but especially a lot of people don't understand the mute swan thing.
Yeah.
And I've always noticed it was snows, but no one really seems to care about the snows. But now that I know guys are posting these, it's an invasive species. They for our state to give us the green light to shoot a bird, like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And man, there's been some bloody pics out there, and like, I get it. You're shooting a bird that weighs as much as a small child. There's going to be some blood involved, but I get it. I mean, what else are you going to do? But the problem is like, just because you post it, someone else shares it, it gets in the hands of someone who is just extremely offended and uneducated on what you're looking at.
Yeah, I think, it's interesting when I go back to like Hunter Ed and stuff, they talked about this and they were like, just keep in mind, like, not everyone like that follows you, is into hunting or the outdoors or whatnot. So no, it was just like, hey, be aware of like what you're posting and stuff. I think where people get like kind of the bad rap is like, you see like, you mentioned the snow geese, where you'll see these people that just, there's a party hunt going on and they all limit, and then they end up like, writing the number like 150 in the, in the ground with like their bird carcasses. Yep. Right. So no, it's just interesting because some people like are just over social media when it comes to like hunting, And I'm not big into social media as it is.
Facebook will blur a lot of stuff. You have to say like, hey, I want to see this. I'm always wondering, like, what's going to happen when I click on this? And it's just usually a pile of ducks.
So, Pete, I know you follow For the Fowlers, but do you follow any other like duck hunting, waterfowl, anything like that? I mean, you're big. You're big into social media.
Yeah, I think just a few of the Facebook pages that we got into, roughly about 10 years ago that I follow, and like you kind of just said, I think if it gets a lot of reaction, whether it's good or bad, it will probably appear on a lot of people's feed if they follow it. That's usually how social media kind of works, with comments and likes. But I'm for it. Obviously, you want hunters to do more good than bad. But I mean, the entertainment aspect, I think, is looking at what people are doing out there and hopefully agreeing with it for the most part. But obviously, there's a lot of dummies out there too that put a bad rap on the sport as well too. So, but yeah.
Well, I would say that's a great segue, and I'll let Caden throw his headset back on here. That's a great segue. We haven't chatted about this, not even off air, but, and I'm surprised we haven't, especially you and I, Caden. But you guys have seen that mute swan?
Oh yeah,
video out on the boat. What are your thoughts on that one?
That was surprising to me because, and obviously, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole of who it was or what it was, but what was surprising to me it appeared to be a guide service who posted it, and kind of.
I don't think they posted the video, but they obviously.
Well, they commented on it, and I actually had to go back and look because I mean, at face value, I think 95 to 100% of the hunters were like, "Wait, you can't shoot a bird from a boat in motion." And I think there was a little confusion and discussion because it's like, oh, it's not a game bird. In that case, it's an invasive species. Do the rules change? A quick Google lawyer helped me out with that, and I was like, no, it doesn't change the aspect because it's a safety issue. It's not. So it's not about the fair hunt in that case.
And you saw the video, right, Pete?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So that was my issue with that video had nothing to do with whether or not it was legal or not, because like. One of the coolest things I like to watch on like YouTube and different things is like those hog hunts from like helicopters in Texas, right? Like there are ways to do that,
Yeah, that's a good point.
The issue that I had with this video, which is absolutely
3 foot swells across.
Well, it was they were obviously in some weather, but take all that out. Like that one guy, a couple of them, but excuse me, the one guy, how he didn't shoot that dude in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to laugh about it, but like it's just it's the safety part of it. And I don't know if that was like a whole group, like meaning like if it was like us 3 and we got a couple of our other buddies to go, that doesn't mean that it's right. But like I couldn't imagine if I went out as like a solo hunter on that boat.
Knowing that's happening.
Happening and being okay with that and not like ripping that captain or that guide a new one.
Yeah, like I can see you can chalk up a perfect scenario where I could shoot from a moving boat and you can reason it in your head. But the whole reason I think that rule exists is due to the danger and keep it fair for the pursuit of whatever the bird you're choosing to pursue. I don't know. It just seems like that's why rules have to get put in place, because it wasn't like, for me, it was the weather. Like, obviously there's a lot of factors to it, but for me, it's the weather in that aspect. If you were out on, I don't know, Clear Lake and it was a flat day with no, it's like, is it legal? No. But you could argue maybe it's safer because, you're going across glass and everyone has their window. I'm saying you could argue a safe way to do it. And that was the video. It's like, well, this is why we have a bad reputation, is here we are, boats bouncing off white caps. Can't even see the damn swans because it's got rain coming down sideways.
I will tell you what, and I think you might agree with this, is like, sure, you can make that argument, but you're a boater. Like, you have your
he's a captain
ski boat or however you want it. And I've been on your boat, and I've seen people lose their footing and get a little wobbly when the boat's tied up to the dock.
Yeah,
them getting in and out of it. So
how many beers are they deep?
Not even. So what? It was the whole safety thing, and not to get on the high horse, but like I could say, I would never do that. I even tried to take myself back 10, 15 years when maybe I wasn't as aware. We all went through hunter safety, but we were doing things with our buddies that we wouldn't do today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I would even do that. And what's
four shooters? Well, it wasn't just one guy. It was four, that's why I'm like.
Well, what's interesting, and obviously I think we know the guide service, the captain, the owner of the guide service. Like, I've heard rumors, or I have a pretty good idea on who it is, but I've never met this person. But following them on Instagram, what I didn't like about it was they were still promoting their guide service, and they were showing pictures of like successful like puddle duck hunts that the guy had puddled. And one of the in their description or in their whatever for Instagram said like, check out this hunt that so-and-so did, and we weren't even under power, so like mocking the video. And then these guys, I mean, they just got to be getting dragged through the coals or whatever, because like, it's funny, I still look on their post and like they have comments turned off, you know what I mean? So they're trying to promote their business, I'm sure, but who knows what's going on there, because I'm sure Fish and Game is all over this, and there were rumors, I think we saw it on Facebook, that there was like even an undercover warden on that boat.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that was, because I can't imagine that undercover not.
He would be part of that.
That he would be part of that, right?
Deep cover.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
No, I was just chiming just to reiterate what you guys said. I think the safety portion between us here, I don't think nobody would want to be the shooting that almost took that guy's head off or left shoulder out, let alone be the guy in front of somebody, doing it. So
yeah.
Caton probably wouldn't want to be behind me. I wouldn't want, it's a safety thing. You don't want something to happen.
But that's stuff that gives us a bad look. I mean, even us as hunters were like, well, that was fucking stupid. That was stupid. But at the end of the day, like when it's a non-hunter and then you're like, oh, here's some guys out there. And if there's one video of it, that means it's happened 100 other times. That's 100%. How I look at it. And I'm like, I don't know anyone who, I know some outlaws out there, but I don't know anyone who would do that.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of interesting. I was curious as I was kind of putting this together, talking about kind of what's legal and whatnot. And maybe you guys have an example, maybe you don't. But I'm curious for you guys, what is like the closest call that you've had with a game warden in all your time hunting?
Pass.
All right.
I'll go quick. Mine's super easy.
Let's hear it, Big Phil.
Oh. Well, no, I think it was. I think it was at Sac Refuge, and I think it was after a hunt, and I think it was quick and easy. You were just seeing checking to see if I had my stopper.
The plug. Yeah.
Oh, so you're just talking about like interactions.
Yeah, interaction.
And you know what's?
You're talking.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I had a buddy that didn't put it in for me, and I'm like, oh, that thing better be in there, because if 4 shell slides in there, then.
It's
bingo.
interesting.
I actually had a family member of mine get popped for the plug. She was using her dad's gun. Hunted this gun for probably a year and a half. I'd hunted with her. I'd never checked her plug, and
didn't have it.
It didn't have it. It wasn't with me. It was with her. It was with her boyfriend at the time. Threw the shells, and she's like, I've never once put more than 3 shells. Never thought of trying.
Sure.
For me, I'd find out pretty quick, because. You guys know how I think. Anytime we shoot, I push shells. I don't count. I push until I can't get any more. I'm like, all right, now I know I have it. If I was starting to feed shells down there, I'd find out pretty quick. But I was surprised to hear that.
Yeah, it's
Most guns come that way.
No, and I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. We were out in the field, and I was shooting the 20 gauge, and I hadn't shot it out in the field before, like that particular gun. And I remember thinking, like, I never even checked to see, like, and I just made sure I couldn't.
Yeah, because you had
couldn't put that fourth one in.
Yeah,
and so I just wanted to make sure that it was all good. I'll go.
I've had. Oh,
go ahead.
No, you go.
I'll go because you were there for this one, and I don't want to say a close call, but I don't even worry about the wardens, to be honest with you. Like, because we're always on the up and up. Like, there's, you
hear that, wardens? Come get them. Come get them.
No, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. That. I just don't want to lose my privileges for anything stupid. So I think that if I ever get cited for something, it's purely going to be education because I truly probably didn't know.
Yep.
But
no tickets.
I would nothing, and I would say like,
dude, look at the little halo over his head.
No. But what I would say is like I was there with probably with Pete when he got checked once. But honestly, what scared the heck out of me was remember a few seasons ago out at Sutter when the guy came out of the bushes.
Yeah.
And
the shell check with the guy on training.
And what was crazy about it was, I've always been checking the parking lot or whatnot, and then you hear about these guys jumping out of the bushes or out on the trail or whatever. But this guy came out of like, he was
right around the bend.
He had no identifying clothing on. I remember he was wearing like all like Sitka marsh stuff, and he had his red headlamp on.
How deep was he in like the water? Or just came out of the?
It was two of them, right? When they had the truck.
No. So he came out and he identified himself, saying,
and then pulled us around the corner.
Pulled us around, and there were like
That's
three.
Right.
There were three trucks.
Okay, now
there,
I remember how.
And they were all they were all uniformed up. But it was when you came over the levee and back down.
Yep.
So they were obviously just doing equipment checks and everything. But that one there, I was like, not to sound like a wuss or a weenie, but that one startled the heck out of me. You're just pushing your cart, and it's pitch black out there.
And we were out there pretty quick. I think we were the first ones out because everyone.
Would they get you for? Or would they check?
No, nothing.
They checked
shells, and and they went through everything. Remember?
Yeah, that was a weird one.
You even got out to the blind, huh?
Yeah, and because So it was on the way. So that was, and that's just a good one where it's always like, hey, just make sure that you're good, And it's funny, like I was loading up shells today, and I used that 25 count box because you brought up a good point. You're like, when I go to the refuge, I don't use my shell bag. I use that box because I always want to make sure.
I loaded up on the way.
There's no chance that you have 26.
Yeah, there it is. But I was there for that one. There was, we'll go. That's a story for another day, maybe. But I didn't get a ticket or anything. But I've had one at SAC. Same scenario. I actually had one on one of my solo hunts. It was a guy out there with a green light, and he was hunting. And I'm riding my bike by, and I'm like, "Oh, morning!" And I actually went over to talk to him. He was right off the side of the road. I've never seen anyone set up like that. And like he said something, I couldn't hear him. I thought it was a warden. It was just a guy setting up with a green headlamp. So that was a funny encounter. But no, a couple seasons ago, I had this is always my cautionary tale, as I have had a citation out in the marsh before. I was up hunting a refuge up north, and it was my first season with my dog, first hunt. And I don't know if I've told the story on the podcast, but
if it's the one I'm thinking of, you have not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm famous on another podcast. I'm convinced, but I had opened up the kennel to start the hunt, and my dog took off like a bolt of lightning and just gone down the levee road. And I started running after him. It was a shit show. It was my first time ever hunting with my dog, first time ever hunting with my own dog in general. I'm sure I did 10 things wrong. I couldn't even tell you what they were. But long story short, I had to chase my dog down, find it. So that was how the hunt started. Once I got my dog back to some really nice hunters who actually corralled my dog probably a mile and a half away and walked him back to me, I started pushing my cart down and found where I was going to hunt. Set it up. And we started shooting. This is probably 3 years ago now, whatever it is. And this is back when it was one pintail. Mm-hmm. And I always check my birds when I shoot them because that's just kind of what we do. I check for a band, see what it is. Well, my first hunt, I was not looking at my birds. I was shooting birds, watching my dog. I was trying to send my dog, make sure it didn't break, all this good stuff. And I have all the excuses in the world. And I guess I don't know when I did it. I shot a bull sprig and I shot a hen, and
it was early in the season too.
It was the opener.
Yeah.
And so warden, I see him walking across the pond. I had my 7 birds, and I wave. We chatted up. I showed him the birds. He gave him the old once over. we kept chatting for a little bit, and then he did like the official, like, I'm checking what birds he had, and there it was. And I barely even recognized it as a hen pintail, but yeah, there it was. And so he, got the old citation. He didn't take my license or anything, but I, paid old Uncle Sam couple $100 buckaroos, have a bird taken away from me in a plastic bag. Interestingly enough, I was like, so now I have 6 birds. Can I continue hunting? No, you cannot. You're still bound by the 7, even though the warden walks away with one of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's your daily
it's your daily bag. You still met your daily bag limit. You just did it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like, well, we won't get into it here, but what's funny is Small World was, and we won't say like the conversation that was had, but that same warden was at Sutter a week or 2 later.
That was.
He was on that.
Yeah, which is why we had a much better, I think, interaction there. We were good, but
did you have a standoff or a?
No, it was just he was the guy training the other officer, I think, and what it was.
And those guys, and I want to say, like, before we get off the green jeans or the warden conversation and everything, and speaking for myself and probably you guys as well. These guys, I have no issues with them at all. Like, they're out doing their job, and they're out keeping like the sport going, making sure that the yahoos, the poachers, the folks that are doing it for the wrong reasons, that they're.
You just got to go out there and check. And
exactly. No,
I'm not a bad hunter. I don't think I'm a bad guy. I got caught. I did it. He had to educate him. I was not intentional. I laid out my birds. I'm like, look what I got.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
yeah. So
at least I didn't stop it.
Yeah.
I know a lot. I mean, you hear stories of guys who just do crazy things. I think that's one of the better things about the 3-pintail is I think there was guys out there already doing it, just hoping they get away with it, or they would stomp them out in the field.
Yeah, it's just horrible. So we were talking a little bit about, the weather's changing again. I mean, it's not getting that warm, but obviously, it's been warmer for January, and, it's getting sunny again, and I haven't seen any rain in the forecast, which I'm not, I'm happy with, let us dry out a little bit. But I'm curious, and Pete, if you have an opinion, chime in, but I feel like this is probably a question for Caton. If we were to get rid of a third of the season, would you prefer to lose an early season, like opener? So, like, let's call it October, early November. Mid-season, which I doubt. Like, we'll take that off the table because I'm sure that's prime, or late season, so like January. What would you prefer?
I think I'd do January.
I agree.
Partially because just I hit it hard early,
sure.
And by the time January comes around, we were talking about it before the podcast, I'm out of favors with the wife and stuff like that, so it's tough. And honestly, I mean, I've had good hunts in January. I know there's birds there, but a lot of it's access. My rice blinds aren't usually on the X, and I've been flooded out now 1 season and a little bit of this season. Some of the private spots I hunt are flooded out. The Sutter one, they're done for the season. They won't hunt. This is 3 seasons in a row they won't hunt in January.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the other one is it just got down, but it was 15 feet underwater.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe ask me again when we're back in drought season. I know January in droughts is a lot better because it's you got cold and concentrated water, and the birds really start focusing. But while we have all this water the past 4 or 5 seasons, I'm over January.
Yeah, I think for me, that's kind of how I am. It has to do with like all the rain that we get, and it's kind of post-holiday season. And to your point, like a lot of the favors, and the season is long, and been a unique season for me this year, obviously with the newborn and whatnot. But I feel like obviously we've had really hot openers, like, and I mean temperature wise. But I think it would be cool. I like some of those like kind of fall rainstorms that come through to kind of stir birds up and get into them and whatnot. Yeah, no.
I can say about that.
Yep. All right, well, hold on. We're going to pause for a sec. All right, and we're back. So, all right, well, we're getting to the end here, but a couple more questions. And Pete, we'll bring you in on this one. What is your favorite refuge? Or if you can only hunt one refuge from here on out, which one would it be?
Can I just say my buddy's private club? No, I'm kidding.
I know
said
you got to go refuge.
I don't know, just based off of just because I've had pretty good luck of getting picked, I'd probably say Probably sack.
I had a feeling.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys know I'm pretty lucky. I've
You
probably
are,
gotten.
you are, but you've also had some really good draws, and I was trying to think, like, where's this guy going to say?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering I thought you might go.
Like a smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I'd agree. I was hoping you'd say that because you've had a lot of good draws at sack.
So how come? Just like you feel comfortable out there? You like it?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
between sack and Delvin here where we are today, I think just
I like sack.
familiar grounds. Real easy, basic.
Are you asking like my odds of getting on too, or it's
No,
like
I'm asking like it's basically if you were to turn it into your private club, or if you knew that you could you
that
had
hunt we
you had a
had
great
down at
relationship with
Los
the-
Banos was good. That was a good spot.
So you would choose Banner?
No, I'm just saying it was a good hunt. I'm sure I'm going to make a lot of enemies down there, but it's a cool refuge down there.
No, I meant more like if you knew the check station guy at every refuge, and you could they always just saved a spot for you and said, "Hey, Caden, we got you. Come on, let us know if you're coming down. We'll get you out." Where would that be?
Probably Delavan.
Really? Mm-hmm. How come?
Just the habitat. I like ponds. They got a lot of ponds. So that's my gripe with sack is all the blinds. Trailers are rocking.
Yeah.
No, I just between the free roam spots that we've hit up and some of the what's going on over there?
Did you sit on a
I
duck?
don't know what you guys are laughing at. Someone just stirred up.
I just like the
someone
assigned
just stirred up the
ponds.
clothes zone.
So if I'm going to have a guaranteed spot, not necessarily on the top blind. Obviously, if you get the number one draw, it is what it is. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be good. I've hunted more free roam here than I have at sack. I don't know.
So I was just thinking, if Pete limits out tomorrow, we're going to tell the person that he has 8 ducks because he sat on one in
Yeah.
in the trailer.
Yeah, I'll get a few duck calls that going out there. But that's about it.
Yeah. Not known for your calling, but you're getting better.
Damn, that's it. I did not expect Sacramento makes sense for Pete over here, but I did not expect Delavan for you. I don't know what I expect you to say, but
I mean, I don't know, because I mean, think about where I've hunted.
so
I wouldn't say I've had my best successes here, but
Yeah.
I don't. I know it wouldn't be sack.
So I really like Howard.
I just haven't had good hunts out
I like
there.
Yano or Lano, however you want to say it.
Yano
Yeah, I like,
seco.
but I think with what you were just saying about just like the habitat out here and the way the ponds are set up, and
I feel like it's managed better than a lot. I mean, Howard's managed pretty well. Howard's a good
Well,
point.
we'll find out tomorrow because honestly, this is my first time hunting here this season.
Yeah,
I feel
same.
like I'm
This
good
is
for a handful of times at Delavan every year, and I was honestly driving. I'm like, have I really not hunted Delavan all season?
That's crazy. It's crazy. We in 2 years. It's
Were you
only
guys
been
out here last year? Did you guys have
one
Delavan?
time.
Yeah, we came out once early in the season.
Is this a place? I know. Obviously, you guys feel
It'd be
pretty
great if
comfortable.
we had a
Lay of the land. You guys,
Yeah.
Even despite,
I think
missing
we put a lot of
What'd you
time.
say? Is this a what?
You feel pretty comfortable as far as like the lay of the land, even though
Oh,
you missed
yeah.
I think we put a
a
lot
year
of
or
time
two.
in here.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
We
things
put a
don't
lot
just
of time
change,
in here.
but Yeah.
One, it's not that big. I mean, compared to some of the other ones.
Excuse me.
I feel like we know pretty much where we're going.
Yeah.
And you know me, like, I obviously prefer
We've
to
hunted
go to
here a
like the
lot.
assigned areas, but I feel pretty comfortable here. And this is where my first refuge ever, So
I don't know. I
We
just
all
feel like you
remember
get.
our first.
If I were to, I don't think I've ever goose egged at Delavan. I've definitely had a bunch of sack.
fuck.
I jinxed it. There
Yeah.
you go. Nah, I can't think like
Actually, I
that.
think we did we not last year with Chuck?
No, we got a bird. We had to.
I
Yeah,
could've
because Pep. I remember I was.
That's
I
right.
can't.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
say this on the podcast. I know Chuck listens to it, but I was like, we had a bird and it was right in front of Pepper,
Chuckster.
and she didn't want to get it. I'm like, come on, Pepper,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
go.
that's right.
And I'm over here because my
It
dog
was a slow morning though.
It was a slow
Yeah.
morning.
I'm gonna tell Chuck that.
No, he
Bad
knows.
mouthing him and his pup.
He knows.
kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
Pepper's got a lot of fire in her.
So we're
I,
within a couple weeks, end of season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious for both you guys, as the season starts to wrap up, what is something you plan to change or improve before next season?
No. Go
Well,
ahead, Caden.
Well, for me, I mean, we talked about a little off air. I got to figure out what I'm doing as far as where my time and energy goes. But if I keep I got a pretty good rice spread that I move around, and I want to go through it, weed out a lot of the filler leakers, the filler decoys, and I want to cycle out. I got probably another 150 decoys that I've hunted, my refuge decoys that are in pretty damn good shape. I want to cycle those into my rice spread, and then maybe replenish some of my refuge decoys, because over the past 2 years they're all hanging up in my garage. They're super nice, and I just hunt with 6, 7.
Well, I'm gonna cut you off there because that kind of will maybe answer the next question, but I'm more curious as to maybe like your development or improvement as a hunter. I guess you could say better
I'll
decoys,
tell you what,
right?
No, so for me, I have a mud boat, and I have not used it in multiple seasons.
Nice.
And so
that's a good one.
I'd like to take it up to. I haven't done Thule, so I think it'd be. I have the boat. I gotta take it up there and at least experience it. The Thule's no secret, but it'd be cool to go up there and at least just try and get out there and find some X's and do some scouting and at least just see what it's like all the way up on the border.
Yeah.
And to that point, maybe get a guest or a visitor license and hunt over on the other side in Oregon. I'd check that out.
What about you, big fella?
How about a semi-auto?
I was just going to say, you guys would
No, that's the next question. My next question would be, what's something you're going to get in the off-season?
No. Well, the question was, what are you going to change?
No, I'm not talking about equipment, though. I'm talking about, so like for me.
There's only so much you can change.
This is something
He's been sitting on this answer for the last week.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Actually, hey, Brandon, what do you want to change?
No, so one thing that I have actually learned a lot about this season is like the shells and the shot that we shoot and everything like that. So
That's equipment.
No, one thing that I want to get
Tighten
better
up the
at.
wad, huh?
Exactly. Is
right.
like I go into the safe and you start looking, you have 3-inch 3s, 3-inch 4s. They're all different speeds. They're all different shot sizes, or pellet sizes and weights and all this, and then different gauges. And I'm like, you know what? Like, you hear all these guys that have a ton of success. It's because they don't change throughout the year, And what I think has been really cool, and one of the things that, and I actually want to connect with some of these guys on Instagram and see if we can't get them on the podcast, is when you learn about like and a lot of folks are probably listening that are like seasoned hunters should be like, yeah, you didn't know that or whatever. But, I always kind of thought that, the faster the shot, the more impactful, stuff like that. But then you start hearing about how like, no, you lose
ballistics on it,
all that stuff.
It destroys the pattern.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I want to improve on is becoming more accurate. I feel good about the shots that we take, that they're all ethical. I feel good about that, but it's about being more impactful and stuff like that. So
that's a good one.
So yeah, I was sitting on that, well, at least for the last couple of days.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
And I'll politely pass.
Well, let's
go ahead. Tell me. You give me one.
No, I don't have anything. But I'm saying, what do we need to do to get you?
What do you want me to start calling?
I want you to start putting back in.
Yeah.
You want me to donate the old couple $100 hairs, huh?
Yeah, you just got a nice new raise. Come on.
Well, let's talk about this. Like you've been out a couple times this season, twice, or is this gonna be? So tomorrow will be 3 times.
Yep.
So you enjoying it?
Yeah. Yeah. The club's nice. Obviously, we'll see how the refuge treats us tomorrow. But yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I think if you do get committed to spending the money to try to get some draws, I think it does, push you to, hey, if you do get draws, hit up the buddies.
And that's what we said. You don't have to come out all the time and come out with us, but just put in because, then it's just more opportunities for all of us. But
yeah, well, you guys have my number over the years.
Your joke's only, just give me your hunter's.
I don't
your
know.
Go ID, and I
think we're kind of dipping into the old
ethics there. No, I think
lawful, or if that's integrity. Come on now,
it's still your resi. If I'm just willing to fund your resi,
hold on here, team photo.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
All right, there we go. We got it. All right. So then the last thing that I have here is, and we kind of talked about Caden wants to redo his decoys, and Pete's going to get a semi-auto for if he decides to go out.
A Turkish semi-auto?
Yeah, I'm going to start calling.
Psych. But it says, speaking of off-season, we all spend a ton of money on this hobby. What are you buying before the next opener? I honestly don't know.
I'll have a new gun next year. Book it. I'll have a new gun.
Are we calling it right now?
Yeah. Or do you want me to put in for blinds? I don't know. That's an extra 3. That could decipher.
That could decipher.
Yeah, what do I
think you should just budget for all of it. What am I going to buy
Can
next
we put
year?
this on record though that if you
I'd
ever
like
do decide to like hang it up, can I buy your gun off you?
He's never going to hang it up.
I'm not. What do you mean?
And if you want to come out and bring out the Turkish,
get your own 870, pal.
I have my own 870, but I really like yours.
Well, fine.
You guys could trade.
You can like these.
Yeah.
No, I have the 20 gauge. I want a 12.
You have a 20 gauge 870.
Yeah, Fieldmaster.
What do you
I
do?
bought it just
Oh,
for
you
fun.
did get an 870. Was that
fun.
at the?
Was that like
was a
60
bought-
bucks?
CW
60 bucks off a kid
That's
off the
like a-
corner. He was selling lemonade in a 870.
No, it was tough to get.
was that,
actually,
How
no,
did I come up with getting that? We were at the Dick's and
no, you out at a Bass Pro.
Guns and
yeah,
balls?
was that with Garza or who was it?
Manteca. I don't know why you.
And they're
Is
just
Guns
like,
and
this
Balls out of
guy's
business
just
yet?
starting up, and I think the guy just
know.
literally threw it in my hands and.
It's a great gun. I love it. Like when I haven't held it. You know, maybe I'll get to take a peek at it tomorrow again. But a
Put
couple
it up
times
to
when
your
like
cheek.
when I lived back in the Bay Area, I'd take it to the house and I'd clean it, or I had that guy that I knew that he would do some repairs on it and whatnot. So it's a great gun. So I just always said, like, if he decides to hang it up or decides
Hey,
just
tell him you never give another man a.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can't do that.
I'll throw it in my will. You
fine, can I
fight
be in the
over
will
it.
for it?
Yeah.
There. Okay, cool.
Now it's sad. How do you know you're going to outlive Pete?
Because he told me like 10 years ago where he wanted to make it till, and we're coming up on
I
it.
think it went from like 68. Now I'm like, I think I want
42 is going to be a
70s.
solid.
I think-
I want to
I
at least
think-
have like 10 years of my
I
retirement.
think he said, he's like, one day he's like, yeah, if I just make it to like 60, I think he was joking. I don't think he realized how early that was. I think he said like
Sneaking up on
60,
him.
and I'm like, that's coming up. So,
Nah, I think I see a little bit more of my retirement.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be sad. It's over. Be glad
For
it
equipment
happened.
for me, I think I'm just going to stop teasing the gun. I've had a good year with the I don't know. I'm not going to say gun. I do actually. I'll tell you, it's a pretty simple thing. I want to get a mallard machine or by
almost
Mojo.
bought one today.
Did you?
I did.
I don't know. I
did.
So I've been every hunt this year. I've thought, could I use this? And it's been 50-50 because you got to have enough water.
So I
like it.
I went to Bass Pro today. I had to grab a pass, and
They're like
I was just
$300 though, aren't they?
It was $250, and I'm looking at it, and it had a couple gift cards from Christmas and birthday and stuff like that. And I almost bought it, and the reason why I didn't is this box is huge, and the picture, this guy has like basically the refuge runner thing on his back, and I'm like, how big is this thing?
It's
And I
tall.
feel like I'm going to be
I'd
hauling.
say it's
No,
every
know what
bit.
it looks
It's
like?
every bit of 24 inches tall.
It looks like, and you probably know what they're called, but like it's the same kind of technology. Like when I go to Hawaii and stuff, and they have those scuba
Yeah, the
tours
snoobas.
that hold the propeller
Yeah.
thing. That's basically what this thing is.
It's a snooba.
Yeah, so it just kind of bounces up and down.
Yeah, but it boils the water in a pretty cool way. So if I'm going to buy something, that's what I'm going to buy.
So it's just a bubble machine out there? Is that
No,
what
so you know we have our splashers, right?
Yeah.
So I've only seen one guy hunt with it, but it's essentially imagine like a propeller underwater, and so instead of splashing water, it turns this propeller and it just pushes water up.
Yeah.
It just kind of picture like boiling water in a pot.
Okay.
That's what it does.
I just don't know why it needs to be so big, but
because that fan thing is huge.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I'd say it's like an iceberg. 80% of it's underwater.
because that's what I was thinking about. It's like one of those where it's like you need a pretty deep rice field for it.
It wouldn't work in my rice.
And then
wouldn't have
out
worked
here,
on a
do I
couple of
wanna-
the hunts that
do I
we've
wanna
had.
haul it to in and out of the refuge, you know.
Hey, throw it on that cart. I'll push it out. I'll mule
Yeah,
it
but
out
the
there.
thing is like, where do you store it? Like for me, you know what I'm hunting with. I got my spinner, and then I have 4 splashers, and I can fit the 4 splashers. I mean, it works out great.
What's the price point on it?
$250.
Oh.
No, that's
Yeah,
not
wanna go
bad. That's what most like those motion things are these days.
The
the
splashers you get down to $100.
Hey, maybe
the
that's what I'll get
150.
to improve my hunting game next year. I'll just dive in on
A
that.
mojo or a mallard machine, whatever they call it.
Mallard machine.
I'd be curious if anyone hunted with the new Mojo Big Blade. I haven't seen any out.
Oh yeah, people are hunting with them.
I did notice both of you guys brought your carts, so it looks like we're bringing a
I did bring
hefty
my cart.
amount of stuff out there tomorrow, huh?
Actually, I packed pretty
No,
light.
mine's super light.
I just still brought. I mean, it's not. I guess it's heavier than. It's not as heavy as we used to go.
Just glad my stool made the trip.
Yeah, I was
man.
saying,
It's
remember
been
that-
nice
this
and
guy- remember
comfy.
the
Talk about
tank?
bringing extra weight. Dude, this guy's got a freaking desk chair that he's taking out. to
Dude,
the
that's a
marsh
great
tomorrow.
brownie. That thing swivels, got a backrest.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we're going free roam. You're going to be bringing the office
So-
chair out into the marsh.
So for the listeners
That's
out
fine.
here,
It's going to be on that. It's going to be floating. Yeah.
So for
it'll
the
get out
listeners, Pete years ago needed a stool for the blind or something, and no, so I remember like it was yesterday. You bought it from Pacific Flyway Supplies, which unfortunately is no longer around.
They're out.
They're out, but I think he's on.
Who's the owner of that?
No, I think I bought it
Tim.
at the little
Tim.
what's the little shop there in
In Vacaville.
in
That's what I'm
Winners?
talking about.
No,
Yeah,
Winners.
that's Winners.
or not Winners.
It was Vacaville.
Dave. Yeah,
Dixon.
Dixon.
No.
You're not. It wasn't Kittles at
Yes,
Calusa.
it was.
Oh, maybe it was.
Yes, it
Kittles.
was. I swear. I know. I don't. Yeah.
Maybe
I
it
swear.
was.
We were in that. I don't know what
anyway,
we were
shout
doing.
out, Kittles, I guess. But yeah, I think he did buy it at Kittles, and so it's basically the blind stool. It's banded, but the tangle-free ones.
Yeah.
And so this thing,
It's got to weigh 20 pounds.
it's not so much that it's heavy, but I'm like, what do you do if we were to go into an assigned pond or free roam?
He took it. We had it at Grizzly. That thing has made it out to Grizzly.
Yeah, I think it has. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we used it.
Well, I can't wait. I mean,
We know we're not going in one tomorrow, but
yeah.
that was a good call. I'm glad I brought my stool because I forgot these blinds are those.
You can
gravel
have my
bottoms.
chair over my 870 first.
I don't want your chair. It's been sitting in my storage unit for 3 years, waiting for you to go on a hunt. You were surprised I still had it when I called you today.
I know.
and said,
I
"Do you want me to bring
was.
it?"
You at least
No,
could
I
have
was
put
thinking,
some. You at least could have put some WD-40
Well, you
on. I
told
think
me
fucking
all the
squeaks.
a lot of the blinds out here are gravel bottom. I didn't even think of
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna be perfect. It's harder. It's hard for us.
Our
to put
stools are garbage.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
I
living
know.
like a king.
Living like a king. Yeah.
Yeah,
those
shout
guys
out
are-
Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Save that trip for another episode.
Hey, how'd the podcast get
Hey, perfect
canceled?
for the off season, right? You said that's when it picks up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the listeners, how much?
Well,
that
no, I mean,
was
the
a
off
great
season
trip.
we are. Yeah, we'll kind of see what this looks like in the off season. It's going to be here before we know it, but we'll wrap it up here. Follow us on Instagram at For the Fowlers. We also have an email, forthefowlers@gmail.com, so you can shoot us an email. Let us know what you think of the pod. Get in on the conversation. Let us know if there's anyone out there that you think that we should reach out to and want to chat with, especially as we head into the off season. And rate, review, follow us on Apple, Spotify, and check us out on YouTube.
Have you given us a rate, Pete?
I've done a few of the tomato rankings
I was
on
looking
the
at it.
episodes.
We're getting the ratings.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So,
so Pete, good hanging out, man.
yeah,
Looking
appreciate
forward-
the invite. Good hanging out. Yeah, hopefully a good hunt tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. And Caden, thanks for bringing the trailer down. Sure beats sleeping in the back of the rig like we used to. So, cool. All right, boys. Well, let's hit the sack and we'll have a good hunt tomorrow. All right, see you guys.